Hmm. Okay, I think we're almost there. Yeah, see that. Go away. Don't need that. I'm just gonna tire that. Okay. Okay, good. That issue. Obviously, that issue. I think we're set. I don't need to wait. Uh-oh. Am I hearing myself again? I shouldn't be hearing myself. Am I live? Oh, I am live. Okay. Why am I hearing myself? I'm gonna make sure I don't have any audio coming in that's not supposed to be here. Okay, if I'm right, I should not be hearing anything now, and you guys should be hearing only me. Am I right? Are you guys here? Am I here? I'm hoping it works. Okay, so yes, I I had some issues that I had to fix. Primarily the issue with the thingy. What was that thingy? Oh, the thingy about the thingy. The thingy issue. Hi, Vin James. How are ya? Yeah, apparently I had issues where my chat, but not my chat, my video was constantly being cut off. So I don't know what was going on. So until I could stabilize what was going on, I'm going to reduce multiple streams of YouTube until I could do some testing. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that my connection for my live streams were being cut off through my multi-streaming service, and I need to find out, is it the fault of the multi-streaming service or if it's the fault of my own internet connection. So that's why I have fewer streams going to the multi-stream service and more streams coming from my direct link. So if the same thing happens today to how many streams is that? One, two, to two different platforms, then I know it's the multi-stream service. If it's not, and the stream goes through okay, then I know it's on me that made the connection issue. So that's what I'm working on, trying to fix that. But I got it so far, working so far. Now, I'm breathing hurts. Brain hurts so much. Okay. But yes, we're going back to AceAttorneyDay, and I'm getting things back to order. I updated my webcam motion capture to the newest version, so it's a little bit more accurate in reading my hands a little bit more. In fact, you can actually see the differences between my fingers, it looks like. So I could go, oh, okay, that's not reading the right finger, but still, you get the idea. Still not doing that. But it's getting better, right? It is getting better. My fingers are getting much more readable. Eat that now. Eat that now. Eat that now. Okay. I don't know why I thought my hand was twisting, but it was not. So, but yeah, until I can get the everything set up to find out what's going on with my connection, we'll find out. Because right now I'm sending out 4,000 kilobits to my multi-stream service, and I'm not sure if it was one service causing the problem or multiple services. I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping it's not. Because I would like to go back to streaming to my other services in addition to this. Like, I would like to go back to streaming on Party. I would like to try streaming to Noise. I would like to go back to having multiple YouTube streams. But it might be better this way, I guess, because of all the scripts and everything. But in case you guys weren't aware, I did get some improvements. For example, I am now able to initiate commands, which I forgot to launch, unfortunately, to work on Kick. In addition to the same way that they work on YouTube, Trovo, and Twitch. It just takes a little bit more work because I have to include a new trigger system. But yes, I am able to pull that off, which means I can go ahead and finally get some things working again. So, exclamation point fishy should work on Twitch, on YouTube, on Trovo, on Kick. At least those four. I can't guarantee much beyond that because I'm still trying to figure this all out. I'm trying to see if I can find a way to get like commands from other services like TikTok to work, but I don't think many people talk to me on TikTok anyway. And I'm decided I'm not going to do Twitter streams unless it's for a Koei Tecmo game or for an indie game, because that's the ones I want to get the most views, most notice on, really, because those are the ones that's my bread and butter, pretty much. Everyone knows those, so that's what I'm keep doing. I was quite busy today. I was working with the Gamers Feud today, helping out with their Feudies award show. I also was nominated for a category. I did not win, but yeah, I didn't have high expectations of winning anyway. and too many great streamers that I was competing against. So I knew my chance of success was not that high. So I'm not disappointed. I'm not. As long as everyone was able to get through the show okay without any problems, and I was able to keep up with everything this time, I'm okay. I'm okay with that. So yeah, I was running the predictions. I was also hopping into different voice chats to make sure that people didn't have any video problems or audio problems. Only thing that really kind of made me sad was so many people who won awards didn't show up for it or didn't even leave a video to accept their awards. So it kind of made me a little sad. Like, come on, these people have voted for you to win and didn't have a chance to show up at least. I don't know. I can understand those who had prior things already scheduled, but at least record a video ahead of time or something, I guess. Some were actually live at the same time, so those were understandable, but many of the ones who weren't, I don't know. It's a little sad. But hey, there's always next year, right? I don't know if anyone's saying anything because my chats aren't telling me anything, so I don't know if anyone's here or not. I will go ahead and give you guys an idea of what's to come, what's not to come, what my brain cells are doing, which they aren't doing. All the usual. So I want to go to calendar, main, switch over, and hide you. So this is my, if you were in the Discord reading when I was making these postings, you probably would have known and you could have helped me get nominated for some, but oh well. It doesn't matter. Here's the planned schedule. I can't guarantee that it's going to be back to back. I cannot because I never know when depression is going to strike. But I do know that these are the ones that I'm planning to come back to. So here's what we got planned. First off, it's going to be tonight's game, Great Ace Attorney Chronicles 2. Great Ace Attorney Chronicles or Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. You're going to tell is what the hell? What the heck are you talking about? What's to come? COME, you bonehead. Don't put bad words in my mouth, meanie. Okay, so here we freaking go. First off, Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. We're up to game case number 4. We're still in the trial. After that, I'm playing a Japanese game, L'Accordo de Oro, which I'll be playing directly from my PlayStation 2. All in Japanese, also a Koei game that never made it to America, which I waited as long as I could, okay? But I decided to go ahead and go for it. I saw all 4 games in the bundle, so I said, okay, time to buy it. So I bought it. I modded my PS2 to handle playing it, and I went for it. Wait, there's a Pokemon in the Twitch chat. Okay, next up is our indie game called Einstein's Cats, which is pretty much a puzzle game where you have to identify different traits about different cats. After that, we're going back to Final Fantasy VII Remake and see if we could get some more progression done in that. Then it's our normal Koei Tecmo Day where I'm bringing back 8 Lear Yumiya. It's the Gamers Feud Awards where different streamers were nominated for different categories and their communities were voting on them to hopefully get them awards. You can look at Gamers Feud's channel and look at their VOD and you'll be able to see the whole broadcast. It was like a 3-hour show. Okay. And after Koei Day, it's going to be Haneko's Flower Shop, another indie game where you get to run your own flower shop. Sort of like a Recettear, but not quite as doesn't have a dungeon crawling. So pretty much. And then after that, I'm at long last finally playing Street Fighter 6. So that is what my plans are. I should I tell you what I have beyond that? No, I shouldn't, because it's always in change, always in ebb, always in flow. So it's never going to stay the same. However, I can tell you it does involve a lot of returning of games. Like I will be bringing back Indiana Jones. I will be bringing back Rise of the Ronin. I will be bringing back Danganronpa. I'll be bringing back some Otome games. So, and I'm also debuting a new Otome game, which just came out last week, which I've been wanting to play for a while. And yes, I'm playing that as well. Beyond that, yeah, that's pretty much it. Did anyone have any questions, comments, or anything before we start today's playthrough? Oh, like legacy. And yes, if you're on Twitch or Kick, you should be able to hear the Ace Attorney music playing right now. If you're not, then you're probably hearing silence most likely, because you know how copyright is. I'm not going to get in trouble for copyright, you know. So what's after that? And yes, Goblin Slayer is coming back as well. Put that into the mix to come back as well. What have I grabbed? I grabbed the wrong thing. No, not Control Z. Okay. You can't hear, it's just you? What? Oh, you can't hear the music. Okay, good. Well, wait a second. You should be able to hear me. You should be able to hear the music. You're on Twitch. You can't hear the music? You should be able to hear the music on Twitch. If not, then there's a problem. A big problem. Ouch, just cut. I hate when you guys say something and don't come back and finish talking. Okay, stop breaking. I moved something that's driving me nuts here. Okay. It's very low. Oh, it's supposed to be very low, because otherwise it's going to be overpowering me. Yeah, I don't want it to be too loud. I think I only have like 40 decibels. The last time I had it, the music was louder than I was, so I can't fight with that anymore. Okay. So let me go ahead and hide the calendar. And I believe the game should be ready to play. Okay? Oh, and congratulations, Mutant Dream, again on winning your S ticket. I am going to continue doing this every week, where every week somebody has a chance to win an S ticket while in the Discord. And if you want to join the Discord, let me know, and I'll make sure I give you guys a link to it and invite. Cast. And my hands are feeling really hot. Okay. Why is it so hot in here? Jeez. I think it's because I'm wearing a hat. The hat's making it too hot in here. I need to shake off my hat. My hat's too floppy. No, I'm not. It's hot. It's so hot. I've been at my computer ever since 5 o'clock today, working with this game show. Working with the award show. I'm worn out. And now I get to stream myself at long last, and I'm trying to do it before depression kicks in. Because depression's going to kick my butt, so I'm trying to avoid that. I don't even know what song this one came from. What the heck is this? No idea. Okay. That's my volume mixer at. Get some mixtures here. Okay, I think we got it set. Well, if there's nothing else to say, then I guess I'll go ahead and start the game, huh? Okay. Let me move this over so I can see everything. Okay. Where's the game? Uh-oh. What are you doing? Why aren't you reading my game? Why does it always give me this problem? And off, turn it on. Okay, there we go. Now we got it. I thought I had it. What? Quick. For a second, then it died. There we go. Okay. What the? Okay. I don't remember what happened. Let's get the court record. Why aren't you reading my gamepad, you piece of crap? It's starting to piss me off, you piece of crap. It keeps reading it and then it stops reading it. Really? Okay. Let me read the court record. Oh, that's court record. History. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happened. Perhaps if I pointed out the contradiction in what Mr. Visual claimed earlier. What? Here, I forgot. This is what happens when I leave during a bad spot. Jeez, I don't remember what the heck happened. Okay, I need a contradiction here. Okay. Court of law, and I have duty to pursue the truth. Mr. Bitchute, I'd like you to look at this. Evidence that clearly contradicts your version of the events. What is his version of the events? What the hell? What did he say? I must have missed something big. Okay. Okay. The truth is, I remember very little. I've forgotten. It's hard to say yes. As I said, I resigned from my role at the prison 10 years ago. For some particular reason, my memory of the events leading up to that moment is hazy. This is strange. Sorry. 10 years is a long time. But I forgot the reason why he left a certain important job. Right. His claim contradicts what we already know. Okay. So, how would he forget why he was fired from an important job? We need to find something that proves that. Okay. Let's look what we got here. Let's examine. Something that shows that. No. Okay, here's a note of dismissal. Chief Warder Daily Visual is relieved of his post of immediate effects, having violated Clause 132 of Her Majesty's Code of Conduct for Prisons. All rights to redundancy pay and other financial benefits are fully revoked. Aiding and abetting the escape from this prison of convict blank just prior to his execution. Oh! He helped someone escape! Details of this escape are still being investigated. Full cooperation with inquiries will be expected. I think it's this. Let's see here. Indications are that the jailbreak plot was conceived prior to the convict's incarceration. It is believed that the convict engaged in some form of negotiation with prison staff in order to secure assistance. Full disclosure of information regarding those negotiations will be demanded. I suspect it has to be this. It has to be this.
Take that!
Just a few moments ago, you made the following statement. I resigned from my role at the prison 10 years ago. It was not a resignation. It was not a resignation. Your ass was fired. Your ass was freaking fired. In other words, you claim to have left the post of chief warder of your own volition. Well, yes, of course. Why? Tell me. Do you remember seeing this document before? No, I don't. This is a dismissal notice ordering the immediate termination of a prison staff member's employment. A dismissal notice? And the name on the notice is yours, Mr. Vigil. What? What? It's mine? So you didn't resign from the prison service after all. For some reason, you were dismissed as chief warder from Barclay. No, there's been some mistake. I'm sure. I'm sure I tendered my resignation. This dismissal notice is nonsense. If you were forcibly dismissed, there must have been good reason. Clearly, you did something. Mr. Vigil, it's time to break the seal and have you remember. According to the few remaining records, the final execution that you supervised was on 17th June 10 years ago. And on that day, something very serious took place at Barclay Prison. Wait a sec, what if it was the doctor? The doctor who was supposed to be in the grave, the one they were supposed to execute. What if it was that? The 17th of June? Was that the professor's execution? There it is, there it is, there it is. There we go, we got a connection at long last. Professor, as you were the chief warder at the time, it stands to reason that you would have been present throughout the proceedings. It does sound familiar. And yet, that execution never took place. The convict ostensibly executed earlier that day, later re-emerged from his grave. The convict came back to life? In the cemetery in the middle of the night. Yeah, I didn't get that. There was a witness. However, the witness claims that a moment after he saw the convict clambering out of his grave, a gunshot rang out from over his shoulder, and the bullet pierced the professor's chest, killing him instantly. Those may have been the professor's actual last moments. Yes. Seeing as you were in charge of overseeing executions at the time, you must know the truth about what really happened. It's in your head, somewhere deep down. Well, Chief Warder Daly Visual? I know there are memories in your head that can explain what happened on 17th June 10 years ago. And now it's time for you to drag them up. Mr. Visual? Yes, the whole prison, it was complete chaos. The prisoner escaped. He was killed in the cemetery. The shocking news ripped through Barkley like a hurricane. What? What?
Order! 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 Do you mean to say, Mr. Vigil, that your memories of the time have returned?
My head, it's like some floodgates have been opened. The images, the screams. Oh my goodness. The papers. There were reports, articles about a man who'd seen a ghost. Yes, Enoch Drebber.
But surely those reports were exaggerated.
There were traces at the scene. Traces of what? In Lowgate Cemetery at plot number 139. Blood. Lots of blood. That's where the man was buried, of course. Obviously, something terrible happened there.
The depths of conspiracy and depravity from which this tale is emerging are quite staggering.
I've reviewed the police records from that time extensively. A thorough investigation was conducted by Scotland Yard to ascertain how the convict managed to escape in the first place. And the conclusion reached by the investigating team was that a member of the prison staff must have been involved.
Are you suggesting that a prison warder abated the man's bid for freedom?
Yes. Yes. And I was suspected of doing it. Of that, using that mass murderous execution as a way to help him escape. You did what? I remember it now. The horrors of it all coming back to me. One evening, a few days after the execution, some detectives came to the prison. I was called to the governor's office at the top of the watchtower. Oh my gosh. Thank goodness it's all spinning.
I'm sorry, dearly. This is serious business. But can I help you know? As chief warder, you are responsible for overseeing the execution. And boy, well, it seems that the fellows at Scotland Yard want to have a few words with you about it.
You better pack your things, laddie. You're to attend in person. Oh, he's going even faster. As soon as he told me that, my mind went completely blank. And the next thing I knew, the professor, the most hated killer in all the country's history. And I let him escape. I'm finished. My life is over. Did he jump out the window?
Order! Can talk to her at once. Court is adjourned for today with immediate effect.
So, with Mr. Vigil's collapse, proceedings came to an abrupt end for the day.
Oh, with the audio on.
Once again overshadowed by the legacy of that notorious killer,
Oh dear.
appearing like a cursed ghost ship on a foggy ocean.
Uh-oh.
Lord Van Zeeks, Mr. Vigil, Cosima, and Gregson.
Van Zeeks. See, that's the first time I actually heard his name said. Van Zeeks. I kept saying Zykes. It's Lord Van Zeeks.
All of them bound by invisible chains anchored to the same wreckage in the murky depths of the past.
See, it's been so long since I heard Ryosuke's voice that it's all weird to hear him talk. Jeez.
But the miraculous light that had been trying to cut through the gloom and shine on those tragic events was playing on the edges of the truth at last.
Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. To be continued. Okay. Probably making some progress here. I didn't know it was going to be that close to the edge of a thingy. Heck yeah, I'm going to save. It helps when I can save in a spot that actually makes some sense. Saving. Whew. Whew. 2nd of November, 3:38 p.m. Shelm Suite. I still can't quite believe what happened. I know. I inquired with the bailiff after the court session was adjourned. And it seems Mr. Vigil was taken to the hospital to recover. Right. 10 years ago now, Mr. Vigil attempted to commit suicide by jumping out of the window of the prison of the governor's office. But ever since then, he's completely blocked the memory of those events from his mind. Nobody knew his secret, not his family, not even the man himself. But I forced it out into the open. What? Is it wrong of me to do that? Did I overstep the mark, I wonder? Uh-oh. We still have to deal with her story. We don't know. She does not know about her daddy yet. That's one story that we have to see the end of. We don't know how her story is going to end because she doesn't know her father was the one who died at the beginning of this entire saga. She doesn't know that yet. Dang, this is going to be heartbreaking when she finds out. And even worse when she finds out that we knew all along. Jeez. Oh, Iris.
You were miles away. Anyway, I brought a fresh pot of soothing tea for you.
Oh, thank you.
You and Susie have had an exhausting day so far, haven't you?
Oh. Thank you, Iris. How thankful of you. Do you happen to know where Mr. Sholmes is? When we came out of the courtroom back in the defendant's antechamber, he disappeared.
Oh, no, I don't know. He just suddenly sprinted speed and left. All he said was, I must leave.
I wonder if he's pursuing the mystery of the Inspector Gregson's death.
Well, you know what Hurley's always saying, don't you? There are mysteries in this world that should perhaps never be solved, including the mystery about my daddy. For the construction of a solution only comes at the expense of the destruction of something else.
Oh, she's blushing. What does that mean? Oh. She's going to have to know the actual truth at some point this time then. It has to happen. If he's saying stuff like that, it's going to destroy her. Oh my gosh.
He knows very well that when you open someone else's old wounds, you often open your own too. Hey, have a good night, archaeologist. But he can't take his own advice and leave well alone. Solving mysteries is too important for him.
That's so true.
But that's what I like about Hurley after all.
I suppose that's a lot of great detective in some ways.
So then, let's have tea, and I'll give you a hand.
Do you have time, Iris?
Yes, I finished this month's manuscript at last, with barely a day to spare before the deadline.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it. A brand new story to read in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Yep, this game is definitely worth playing.
Hurley's violin on the days before I have a deadline.
You do? Poor Mr. Sholmes.
I'm sure that is very wise, Iris. How sensible of you. Now then, my dear fellows, plan of action before we continue our investigation.
Oh, okay. We're investigating. Let's converse. This morning's trial.
So, how did it go in court this morning?
Well, we still don't know the truth about what really happened, but one thing's increasingly clear. Lord Van Zeeks definitely didn't do it.
Oh, goody!
Yes, that's right. We managed to uncover several new facts as well.
Oh, really?
And there was another development too. Kazuma. Yes, it's quite clear now that Kazuma-sama is not himself. The way he's acting, it's almost as if he's possessed. I know, I mean, at the end of the proceedings earlier, he was like a bloodhound the way he was chasing down Mr. Vigil's forgotten past. He's not normally so mercilessly persistent. What's going on in his head, I wonder? I really need to sit down with Kazuma and try to understand what he's going through. If Gregson was really murdered the day before his body was discovered, then Lord Van Zeeks has to be innocent, you see.
What? The day before? Well, that should be easy enough to work out. Just by examining the corpse, surely.
Yes, you would expect so, but curiously, no time of death was included in the autopsy report.
That is curious.
There are still unanswered questions about Lord Van Zeeks, though, aren't there? Keep missing that. I mean, what was he doing there in Fresno Street on the day in the first place? Well, according to the man's testimony, he said he was investigating Inspector Gregson, didn't he? And it turned out that that little room was actually the inspector's secret office.
Sounds like it had all the makings of a wonderfully devilish plot.
But then, why was that notice board in there covered in all of those particular papers? Papers about cases with a link to the Reaper. I'm starting to get a bad feeling about all this.
Oh dear, that sounds more like something horribly devilish.
Wait, let's start by looking into Inspector Gregson's movements of late. Hello. Well, let's check out Vigil's condition first.
Vigil, you say? Isn't that the name of the lady who came to visit Hurley yesterday?
That's right. Sue asked Mr. Sholmes if he would help her to find her missing husband. Only Mr. Sholmes completely passed the buck to us. Actually, didn't you say Mr. Vigil had been taken to the hospital? Do you know which one? Oh, it's St. Sinners. I'm starting to wonder if all of the other hospitals in London have closed down.
But that's amazing, Uno. You found Faye's husband already.
Well, I suppose I have by accident. And 10 years ago, while Mr. Vigil was chief warder at the prison, he was responsible for overseeing the professor's incarceration.
No.
So when the convict escaped, he was held responsible and immediately dismissed.
Sometimes I really don't want to grow up.
There's more. For 10 years after that, while he was ostensibly working as a peddler, he also had another secret job. He was paid by Gregson to be a stand-in to impersonate the inspector.
To impersonate Gregson? Huh? But why?
I have absolutely no idea.
Jenny was right. I'm starting to think all adults are up to no good by now. Including you, Bruno.
They didn't want to impersonate me. That means he has ties to Professor and to Inspector Gregson, though. So I do think we ought to pay a visit to Mr. Vigil, don't you? Back to St. Sinners, then. I never imagined I might be investigating an inspector's movements. Well, according to the entry in his diary, he was carrying out an incognito investigation of the Red-Headed League that day before his death.
You mean he was doing the same as Hurley?
Well, Mr. Sholmes was trying to apply, whereas the inspector was supposed to be investigating. I do wish it had been the other way around. Anyway, as it turns out, the inspector who went to investigate the Red-Headed Leagues that day wasn't actually Gregson at all. It was Mr. Vigil, in possession of Gregson's identification.
You know what that sounds like to me? Establishing an alibi.
Oh my! Yes, you're absolutely right, Iris. But why would Gregson need an alibi? It would appear that the inspector had something to do he wished to keep secret.
I don't believe it. I always thought he was just a harmless lover of fish and chips.
But perhaps they were seasoned with something a little more potent than salt and vinegar? I think perhaps we should try to move away from food analogies. Well, anyway, if Lord Van Zeeks felt the need to investigate Gregson, yes, I agree. We must find out what he knows.
I think it's clear what we need to do, isn't it? Let us investigate, my dear fellows.
Oh, Iris, you're even more enthusiastic than usual today.
If anything isn't right, my special Wilson shooting iron will soon set them straight.
That water pistol?
It's stuffed full of piping hot extra special blend of mine.
Then I'm quite sure it'll be quite effective. I better be careful not to hide anything. It feels a little strange that Mr. Sholmes is nowhere to be seen, but still. Let's go and see what we can find out.
Yes!
Okay, so we're done versing we get to move. We have several places we need to go. Really, there's a lot of places we need to go. Perhaps we should leave Mr. Vigil in peace for a while. He's only just been admitted. Professional street room. Prison. Okay, I'll take your advice, Susato. Let's go to prison and talk to Benzies. Second of November, local prison cell 1.
Okay. Lord Van Zix is reading. Look. Oh. He doesn't seem to want like he wants visitors, does he?
But he must have noticed that we're here, surely. What do you nippers knees want? That's no way to pick a lawyer who's trying his hardest to prove your innocence, is it? Perhaps not. I apologize. So what can I do for you, Mr. Naruhodo?
I think that's the first time I've actually heard him say his name.
I think that's the first time I've actually heard him say his name correctly. I could be wrong, but I think that I never heard him say Naruhodo.
Lord Van Zix speaking earnestly. No, right? We'll lift over London for the first time in months tomorrow.
See, they understand how significant this is. This does feel very, very strange. I must say, I was impressed. Oh? Well, thank you. Not by you, by your fellow Nipponese, your prosecutor friend. Oh, dude, come on. Oh, I see. Yes. It's sardonic, don't you think? For a man such as me, so loathing of the Nipponese, to be entirely at the mercy of the two of you. I suppose it's retribution for having played part in the Reaper all these years. Played the part? Whoa. Let's break this down, dude. Tell me more. Tell me more. I want to know more. More. Oh, we're not moving. We are definitely conversing. You are talking, dude. Spill your guts. You once told me that you gladly allowed people to believe you were the Reaper because it helped reduce the amount of serious crimes that took place in London. If keeping quiet and playing that part benefits the cause, a cause I myself am committed to pursuing, then why would I choose to say anything? But the henchman of a criminal killed by the Reaper attacked you only the other day. Yeah, they put that in the newspaper. And that was just the most recent of many attempts on your life, wasn't it? Someone is clearly profiting from your silence about all this. Someone is using you. Believe me, ever since the Reaper first appeared, I've been doing my utmost to expose him. Or rather, expose the organization. It's a whole organization? It's inconceivable that all of these accidents were orchestrated by one man. No, Reaper always appears to have very accurate information about the accused in each case. Strongheart, perhaps? I'm still suspecting Strongheart. Just wondering. I was suspecting him ever since last game. Which can only mean that somebody at Scotland Yard is involved. Someone at... You can't mean... It's taken me many years, but I finally identified the central figure in this Reaper organization. Tobias Gregson. Huh? Wait, what? Gregson? No. You gotta be kidding me. Mr. Fish and Chips was the murderer? Who's been a vigilante? You gotta be kidding me. No. I refuse to believe that. No. Gregson? The Reaper? Okay, I gotta find out. You caught me. So, the reason you were investigating Inspector Gregson is because you intended to expose him as the Reaper? As I said, the Reaper of the Bailey is no single person. It's a highly secret organization with close ties to Scotland Yard. Oh god, it's spam. But there's no doubt that Gregson was a key member of that organization. Thank you, bot. My spam bot gave me that. That was not a nice thing to see. Guess gotta add that to the ban listing. Okay. There's no doubt that Gregson was a key member of that organization. I don't believe it.
Are you saying that Gregson, that he was behind all those awful criminals meeting their...
Gregson didn't do the dirty work himself.
Oh?
He was the tactician. His job was to covertly investigate the marks and plot their assassinations. In order to do that without arising suspicion, he regularly needed a firm alibi. Which is where Mr. Virgil came in, posing as the inspector. Virgil knows nothing of the Reaper. Bitchute. But the room he rents on Fresno Street was almost certainly the headquarters of the operation. Gregson would have met the assassin there for briefings. So we don't actually know who carried out the killings then. Actually, I do have a name. You what? Well, if you can name the man, you have a true identity of the Reaper already then. Or, if I can name the woman.
Woman! Woman!
What the heck? When did a woman pop into this situation? Oh. She's a young woman by the name of Asa Shin.
Who the heck is this?
Wait, the what? Shin? Have we heard this name before? Have we? Asa Shin? It's not the only other lady I know that would be in Scotland Yard that would have that type of thing would be, no, it can't be the inspector lady or the forensics lady. Who is this? Who's Asa Shin? I don't think I know this name. Oh my fucking gosh. Miss Birdbrain! It's her! Oh my freaking gosh. She was the assassin? The true name of a terrifying killer I know only too well. She is the one who killed Iris's daddy. Oh my gosh. She came to Japan posing as a visiting student and murdered Dr. John H. Wilson. Then, just when it seemed that diplomatic protection would help her escape Japan and conviction, the mysterious woman was herself murdered in a small summer beach hut, which is what the first case of this game was covering, her death. And that woman was actually the Reaper of the Bailey? And Mr. Naruhodo, this perhaps isn't the place to discuss. No, of course not. We can't mention it here because Iris is oh! Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Iris is so close to knowing who killed her daddy. she doesn't even know her daddy's dead. She thinks her daddy's just on business. Oh my god, no! This is so messed up. The fact that she killed Dr. John H. Wilson because Iris doesn't know it, and it's very likely that the man was her father. Asa Shin, I should let father know at once. Yes, I agree. Oh my gosh. Kazuma, isn't it? Kazuma Asuogi. You say he's a friend of yours? My best friend. He's the whole reason I got come to Britain. It was all on his merits. I have nothing but respect for him. Oh. Yes, I understand that only the very best students are selected for such opportunities. And I had a fine demonstration of how sharp he is in the proceedings earlier today. He missed nothing. In fact, his flawless performance was very much reminding me of his father, Genshin Osogi, Professor. It's true that the aristocracy at the time was the root of numerous grave societal problems. They were abusing their power, playing with the common man as pawns in politics and economics and war. In many ways, Asuogi was carving out a canker from the society that we British could deal with ourselves. I see. But that's precisely why it makes no sense. Clint Van Zieks was a noble and upstanding man. He wasn't corrupt. Why did that damn Nipponese have to go and take my brother's life? In spite of having once saved mine. He saved your life? That happened. Oh, you gotta tell me. You gotta tell me. Tell me. It was 10 years ago on a foggy night. What was to be the professor's final strike had sent a wave of panic through the capital. So Clint Van Zieks had already been killed at this point then. Genshin and I were walking down some back streets at a late hour. Of course, at that point, I had no idea the true nature of the man at my side. All of a sudden... Don't make a peep. You're coming with us. We were surrounded. All of them, our sailors, were armed with pistols, their faces obscured by scarves. Clint was not only from noble heritage, he was a brilliant prosecutor as well. The scum of London hated the sight of him, and they had no sympathies for his younger brother either. I've been targeted several times before already. Yeah, it's Van Zieks, all right. We got him! I could hear them murmuring amongst themselves. I knew they were after me. But then, just when I thought my time had come, if I let them kill you, Clint would never forgive me. It was Asuogi's voice, just a whisper in my ear. Bung! After that, I don't remember exactly what happened. The next thing I knew, there was a silence all around. Genshin lay on the cobbled streets. Blood was seeping from his left hand. He shielded me. Two days later, they arrested him on suspicion of being London's most notorious mass murderer ever, the Professor.
How awful for you.
All at once, I lost the brother I revered and the foreign friend I held in such high regard. I'm so sorry, Lord Van Zieks. Holy shoot. That's the end of my miserable tale. I never thought I'd recount it to anyone. Well, thank you for confiding in me.
The Professor. the Reaper, and Inspector Gregson. I wonder just how intimately related they all are. I still can't quite believe that Gregson was essentially the Reaper, given assassination orders to Giselle Brett. Mr. Naruhodo, let's go and inform my father. I'm sure our governor will want to hear about this new information.
That means I get to meet your daddy, Susie. Hey.
Uh-oh! Her daddy's gonna recognize her! Oh, shucky ducky.
Yes, all right. Let's head back to the Great Waterloo Hotel then. Okay, anything else we gotta say?
Nope. Let's move.
A new location has been added.
I love how they let me know that I haven't gone there in quite a while. That's a good way to give me a hint without being too overt about it. 2nd of November, Great Waterloo Hotel foyer.
I thought it yesterday, and I think it again today. This place is so princely. It's a wild guess, but I have a feeling you think the same tomorrow, too.
My team has a finer fragrance of what they're serving in the tea room here, though, wouldn't you say?
Oh, look who we have here. This is an unexpected pleasure.
Father!
This your dad? Wait.
What a charming young lady. And you are? Oh, really? So you're the author of The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, are you?
I'm also the daughter of the guy who was killed, who was your best friend, who you're gonna probably believe that he's dead. So yeah, there's a lot of tension going on right here. As me, I'm Wilson, at your service, sir. Sis has been such a wonderful friend to me over the last year, you know?
Well, Miss Wilson, I must say I've read your work regularly with much interest.
You don't recognize the last name, dude?
Iris actually lives with Mr. Sholmes, you know, Father.
Is that so? Well, perhaps that goes some way to explaining that bright look in your eyes.
You wouldn't be smiling so airily if you knew just how bright she is, believe me.
Now then, young Naruhodo, it's a pleasure seeing you in action earlier. As an invitee of the symposium, I was allowed to observe from the gallery after I twisted some arms. And I must say, it was a truly exemplary performance.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Although I'm fairly sure you omitted Bai Kazuma on the end there. Oh, no, please don't misunderstand. It was you who impressed me.
Really?
You didn't miss a step against Soki, and we all know how capable he is. Really, to have matured to such a fine defense lawyer in less than a year is quite extraordinary.
It's very kind of you to say so. And really nice to hear.
What our showing for today confirmed what I had been hoping for. The favor I mentioned yesterday, Naruhodo, I trust you haven't forgotten?
Oh, no. You did mention something, didn't you? But first, we have something to report, Father.
Of course. Shall we take tea while we discuss matters further?
I wonder where Judge Chikoku has gone to.
Chikoku?
Yeah, what about Chikoku? We've met him once, but we haven't really seen much beyond that.
Oh, we do have a topic about him. You know what? I'm gonna go straight to Chikoku. I wanna know about him. I've seen Judge Chikoku for a while, have you?
Guilty! Ha 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 ha! But the guilty is still ringing in my ears. No, now that you mention it, I haven't seen him since this week either. I suppose since the symposium's opening was postponed, he'll have gone to explore the great exhibition.
Okay, not a problem.
That reminds me of something you mentioned yesterday. About Judge Jacobo having once been in the dock himself.
Oh yes, it was all tied up with that accursed trial.
The closed trial of Kazuma's father.
Sessho was trying to mitigate Genshin's guilt, so he took to the stand to testify. But he got a little carried away and, well, actually he managed to break the witness stand.
Oh my!
He also said some contemptuous words about the British Empire, for which he was charged.
Oh dear. Although it's worryingly easy to imagine him doing that.
Well, it was alright in the end. He was acquitted and we returned home to Japan together.
Thank goodness.
Ah, yes, talking of Sashiro, I have a copy of the photograph we all took together here yesterday. Please.
Oh, what a lovely picture. Is that going to be something we're going to need to see?
Let's check something out here. Let's look at everything in detail because I have a feeling this might be something that's going to be put in the court record. Okay, we got Jikoku. He has extra beard. He has a special label for his tie. I think that's all we can really see. None of them have anything that's similar to each other. So we'll see.
Oh, what a lovely picture. It certainly seems to shout we've arrived in Britain.
Uh-oh! I hate when I'm right. I hate when I'm right. I had a feeling it was going to be used as evidence. I had a feeling it was evidence.
None of us had any idea what was coming when we took it, did we?
No, that is so true.
Reaper!
Father, do you know about the so-called Reaper of the Bailey?
I've heard rumors. Some members of the judiciary explained it all to me yesterday. Of course, when I was a visiting student here in London, the Reaper was yet to emerge.
Right, he didn't appear until after that case, when the visiting students had already returned home. Lord Van Zeeks
Was in the dock today. That was Baroque, the younger brother of Cliff Van Zeeks, I believe.
Well, that's right. And he's known throughout London as the Reaper, as you've heard. But the truth is, it wasn't him behind all those mysterious deaths. It was somebody else.
I see. So what you're saying is there's been a professional killer at work here.
Exactly. Someone by the name of Asa Shin, in fact.
I beg your pardon?
You should know this. You should know this. You were present for both trials. You should know this.
Did you say Asa-shin? You mean that Giselle Brett woman who was responsible for killing my great friend?
No, a friend of yours was killed.
Oh, here we go.
Professor Rikuto, I think perhaps we should discuss this right now. Because the friend the professor was talking about is Dr. John H. Wilson. And there's not something we want Iris to find out about. Not like this, anyway. Oh, shucky ducky. I just remembered something.
Biscuits! This hotel has the most delicious looking biscuits.
That was rather out of the blue.
She's doing this deliberately. I go and see if I can purchase some. I wonder, would you like to come too, Iris? Iris! You just try to leave me behind. Darn it!
So, that young girl is called Iris Wilson, is she?
Yes, that's right.
And she's the author of all those adventure stories starring the great Detective Sholmes. But the name of the credited author isn't Iris, what is it? It's Dr. John H. Wilson.
Yes, I know. That's the name of her father, you see.
Her father? Dr. John H. Wilson.
I was deeply indebted to the man for all the kindness he showed me during my time in London. That's why I was keen to reciprocate and invite him to the Imperial University 4 years ago. But he was murdered last year by Jezebel Brett. Why would the hand of the Reaper stretch all the way to Japan? Iris knows nothing about that case, but it seems very likely that the victim, Dr. Wilson, was her father.
Well, I can't say that we ever spoke about his family, so I don't know if he had a daughter or not. But I think I can say with some certainty that he was never the great detective's partner.
So it could have been another Dr. Wilson, you think?
Well, John and Wilson are both common names, after all.
Still, it's probably best not to mention this to the young lady
Until we can be sure.
That's what we thought, yes. We're back with cinnamon biscuits! Oh, they smell delicious, Iris. I think cinnamon will go very well with the tea they serve here. Don't you, Susie? Yes, I'm sure you're right, Iris. Okay, here we go with that favor. So, you mentioned a favor that you'd like to ask me?
Well, this fateful trial you're fighting. One way or another, it will be over before long. And when it is, I'd like you to accompany back to Japan. You want me to do
What? Oh, Father, what's the meaning of this?
now, Susanoo? You should understand. You've seen how our courts work firsthand. Japan's judicial system is in its infancy, especially when it comes to defense.
Oh, you mean...
The Supreme Court of Judiciary is in desperate need of a good defense lawyer. As soon as possible, really quite urgently, in fact.
But I've not even been in London a year yet.
I've read all of Susano's reports. I'm well aware of your extraordinary talents. And having seen you in action with my own eyes earlier today, there's no question. You, Naruhodo, are precisely the man our country needs.
So, you'd be leaving then, Ruben? But then, what am I supposed to do, Father?
You came here to serve as Asuogi's judicial assistant.
Oh, yes, she's supposed to be Kazuma's assistant.
Our government is still in the process of deciding how to deal with his situation. You've always chosen your own path, Susanoo. And I trust your judgment in this matter also.
Father!
Please, the pair of you, don't look so downcast. It's merely a suggestion, you understand. A hope, if I'm honest. But I won't force you.
Looks like they're about to separate. Either she's gonna stay there and help
Asuogi, or she's gonna come back to Japan with Naruhodo. She's gonna have to make a big choice, doesn't she? All I ask is that you consider it and come to a decision by the time this trial concludes. Yes, all right. You won't leave, will you, Rhoda? Aww.
Thought hadn't even crossed my mind. Up until now, I've just been trying to do what I believe to be Kazuma's will. But it turns out that he's still alive, so where does that leave me? Aww.
Well, if you'll excuse me now. I need to telegram government ministers and the Japanese police with this information about Asashi.
Of course, Father. Thank you.
I look forward to next month's installment, Miss Wilson.
You please do come to Baker Street sometime, won't you? We'd love to entertain you.
I would be delighted. Best of luck tomorrow, Naruhodo. And to give my suggestion your full consideration, won't you?
Yes, I will. Going back home? You know, Kazuma-sama has always meant a great deal to my father. I'm sure he'd love the chance to meet with him and talk to him about all of this. Yes, no doubt. Asa-shin. Of course. It's so obvious.
I have neglected to consider the possibility for now. Huh? Mr. Sholmes! Oh my gosh!
Hey, where have you been?
Why, I joined you over tea, of course. What an extraordinary question.
I didn't notice you at all.
No matter, no matter. Anyway, to more pressing concerns, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, yes?
I can dispatch a telegram to your country at once. It's a matter of much urgency. To Japan? Tell me. To whom can I entrust the task? Quickly now, who?
Well, my father just now left to send the telegram to the Imperial Police Bureau of Japan himself.
See. Well, he looked reliable enough for a bearded fellow.
I don't think that's what father sports could be considered a beard, Mr. Sholmes.
There's not a moment to lose. Kindly ask your trusty unshaven father to see this is sent.
I will, but what is it?
No questions this time, if you please, Mr. Sato. All we can do is pray that for once my deduction is awry.
Huh?
Doesn't that imply that your deductions are normally correct, Mr. Sholmes? Which is no, but you may be surprised to learn that I am a very busy man. I think I have no time to hide behind statues and eavesdrop on other people's conversation, because that's what you were doing in the first place.
So that's what joining us for tea meant.
I leave the sending of this in your hands, then, my dear fellows.
What? Wait a minute, Mr. Sholmes!
He just sort of ran off, didn't he?
At quite a pace. And left the unpaid bill for his tea behind, too. I must catch up with father at the telegraph office. At once.
And that friend calls a cab. Straight away.
And there was me, thinking everyone would be clamoring to pay Mr. Sholmes' bill. Nope, ain't gonna happen. You want to look first? Oh, only move.
think that they want me to go there next. Yeah, let's go there. St. Center's Hospital. Are we gonna see rats again? Are we gonna see some more rats? This is the ward where Mr. Bitchute was brought, apparently. To be frank, I'm a little worried about seeing him again. I'm more worried about seeing a rat run across the room, to be honest. Again. Ah, the lawyer. Hello again. Are you feeling better now, Mr. Vigil? Yes, thank you. Somewhat better. I'm so sorry to have caused you to... I mean, it was because of me. If I hadn't exposed your secret and forced you to remember those things that you obviously tried to forget. The prosecutor was here until a few moments ago, too. You just missed him. Oh, Kazuma beat us to it? He said much the same as you. He was very apologetic. But the truth is, I brought all this upon myself. Please, don't think like that. Keeping it from Evie, my wife, all these years, I've carried such a sense of guilt. But that's not the worst of it. Over time, I obviously came to deceive myself as well. You mean about your dismissal? Looking back now, I'm beginning to think that perhaps Inspector Gregson didn't stumble across me by accident. That he compensated me so generously for acting as a stand-in. He was clearly concerned for my well-being and doing what he could to help. So perhaps Gregson knew exactly what had become of this individual all along then. I'm sure this is just deserts for 10 years of lies and deception, but it wasn't me that helped the professor escape 10 years ago. It wasn't me. I swear it. I swear it's true. Mr. Vigil, I'm sure you'd rather not dredge up more from your past at this time, but if possible, can you tell us exactly what really happened? I want to. I need to get all of this off my chest. I want someone to tell me what I should have done. Okay, well, let's find out. Converse. Gregson's quest. Inspector Gregson was obviously engaged in a special operation of some sort. He was investigating something even Scotland Yard couldn't know about. Details of the Reaper's marks, yes. It was when he had to carry out those investigations that would take his identification and impersonate. You pretend to be the inspector and carry out the investigations on his behalf? Oh no, never. A common street peddler couldn't possibly carry out a proper police investigation. All I would do is go to a specified location and make a little hoo-ha. Hoo-ha. I need a bit. So thirsty. It's something to leave an impression, so everyone there was there. A detective called Gregson was here.
That's what you were telling them the day prior to the incident. Yes, he asked me to make an appearance at the park on Lime Street for the redheaded baby event. So, as usual, I flashed the inspector's identification and was very vocal about my presence.
But then you were taken prisoner by those red-headed fraudsters.
Yes. So you will always make a point of showing Rex's identification and being generally loud? That's what the inspector asked me to do, yes.
Well, that's one way of becoming a legendary detective, I suppose. Not a good one, though.
As you know, I suffered the bruising around my neck at their hands. But the following day, they kept their word and released me. Without returning the inspector's identification to you, however. We had arranged to meet in Fresno Street at 5 the day so I could report back to the inspector. But at the agreed time, that's when I heard the gunshot. He heard the gunshot? Okay. Let's find out about this prison escape. It was midnight on the 17th of June, 10 years ago. That was the time scheduled for the execution. But the professor's execution never actually took place, did it? Or rather, the execution itself must have been used to effect their plan of escape. I hardly dare to imagine what a chilling plan it was. Barclay was renowned for being the highest security prison in the country. Everything that went on or out of the place was searched multiple times. Went in. But there was one notable exception. I know what that was. Or rather, one notable loophole. Something that was never questioned. I have a feeling I know what that loophole was for now. I'm willing to bet it was a casket, perhaps? The coffins on which the bodies of the executed convicts were placed, correct? I was close. Yes. Once the coroner had confirmed the death of a condemned convict, the body was taken in its coffin for immediate burial in Lowgate Cemetery just behind the prison. The chief warder had to sign the necessary papers. And after that, no member of staff was permitted to touch the coffin containing the body again. When executions took place, only the executioner and the coroner were permitted in the chamber. I awaited the adjacent room for word that the condemned convict was dead. On that occasion, once I had the confirmation, I went into the mortuary to find a lone coffin as usual. The procedure was that I would sign for the paperwork, having checked the coffin, and then nail it shut. But for some reason that day, the coffin was already nailed shut. Really? No! I didn't think anything of it at the time. I assumed that my deputy must have checked the coffin and nailed it shut before I arrived. So, you mean the coffin contained... Yes, I can only imagine that a soul you having escaped his execution somehow was alive inside the coffin. The coffin was then taken out through the main gates and deposited in Lowgate Cemetery. Presumably, there wouldn't have been enough air inside to breathe for long. So in the early hours following the burial, somebody dug up the coffin again to set Genshin free. But in the end, he was fatally shot in a graveyard anyway. What really happened in Lowgate Cemetery that night, I wonder? And who shot him?
who was up there with a gun ready to shoot him when he came out?
I'm afraid I really don't know. All I could say with certainty that there are two things. Asogi couldn't possibly escape that way without help for somebody working in the prison. And that somebody was not me. Okay. Obviously, you knew the man then. The professor, I mean. Genshin Asogi. Yes, I remember him well, in fact. Would you mind telling us what you know? Well, after being condemned to death as he was, any contact I had with the man was short, obviously. After that trial, which was carried out behind closed doors, attended only by elite members of the judiciary, they called for his execution to be carried out at the earliest possible opportunity. The outcome of the trial was set from the beginning, wasn't it? It was a time of delicate diplomacy when Britain and Japan were in the process of signing an important treaty. That meant this potentially destabilizing case had to be dealt with swiftly and discreetly. That man had less than a week in total. As I was chief warder, I oversaw his short stay in the cells until his final hour. I remember being struck deeply by his noble character and incredible resilience. What do you mean exactly? He was the killer of many men, but he was always quiet and polite. He was a gentleman and a man of intellect. In fact, I couldn't bring myself to believe what he's done, so I asked him one day. Those 5 members of the aristocracy whose lives were taken, were you really responsible? I'm guilty of the unforgivable crime of ending another human's life, yes. The following day, the closed trial took place, and the verdict was no surprise. Guilty. That night, when he was brought back to his cell, I saw something. Something unusual. Something unusual? What? The last will and testament of Genshin Asogi. He had a will? As I said, it was on the night following his trial after he'd been found guilty. I was doing the rounds of the cells, and when I looked into Asogi's, I noticed that he seemed to have a sheet of paper in his hand. Ah, his last will and testament then, presumably. As soon as he noticed me, he hurriedly shoved it behind his back. But why did you find that so unusual? Isn't it normal for a man to pen a will when he knows his death is nigh? Yes, that's true. But there were special conditions to Asogi's incarceration, you see. What sort of conditions? Well, even though he was held in a cell designed for condemned inmates, he was allowed to keep his personal effects with him, with one exception. Really? He was allowed his things? That is unusual, certainly. Of course, he'd been convicted of killing 5 members of the aristocracy. But at the same time, he was a guest in our country from the Empire of Japan. The powers that be were determined that his final days shouldn't be needlessly uncomfortable. And what was the exception you mentioned to the personal effects he was allowed? Not a problem. That's the point. He wasn't permitted to have writing materials. Specifically, no pens or paper. So, he was prevented from leaving with any written record of what had happened to him. Yes, that was the long and short of it. I have no idea where he'd obtained that paper. Any writing materials would have been confiscated from him upon his incarceration. As I said, he hid the paper behind his back and then he pleaded with me. What did you just hide behind your back? Please, please, turn a blind eye. This is my lifeline. But you know it's against the rules. You're the only person who's seen. If you just agree to keep it quiet.
All right then. But what's on that paper?
A last will and testament. This will is the only weapon I have left now.
How can a will be a weapon?
So I decided to pretend I'd seen nothing and let him keep his will. But then, later, it just seemed to vanish without a trace.
What?
What do you mean? It vanished? It would seem that this is the end of the story of this mysterious will.
Oh.
I was the only person who saw Asogi's will, but somehow it disappeared. It was after Asogi's execution,
Which was actually an elaborate jailbreak.
the warders gathered up Asogi's possessions that were in his cell. They were all to be sent back to his family at home in Japan, you see. To poor Kazuma-sama. And you're saying that it wasn't anywhere to be found among his personal effects? The will, I mean?
Could it be a sword? Could it be a sword? Could it be a sword? Think about it. Kazuma always had his sword with him. And if he got that sword from his father, because it was handed down like a family heirloom, maybe within the scabbard, it actually has a will and testament. That it must have been mailed to his son. That's what I'm thinking. That's probably why he came back with the vengeance, ready to find out who killed his daddy.
That's right, though I didn't search through them myself. But Governor Caden was livid. He was screaming, "I can have it disappeared completely." That doesn't quite make sense, though, does it? In what way? Well, we'd understand that only Mr. Vigil was aware of the will's existence. In which case, how did the Creighton governor know to look for it? Oh yes, you're right. I really don't know how he knew, but he certainly seemed as if he knew the will's existence from the onset. Only he didn't refer to it as a will. What he said was the Atsuogi papers. Atsuogi papers? I really can't tell you anything on subsequent events. I keep missing that thing. Because of what happened, well, your dismissal and the way you blocked it all from your memory, I've forgotten all about this until today. Don't suppose it's relevant to the case then. Well, anyway, thank you very much for sharing it with us, Mr. Vigil. We're very grateful. I'm afraid there's really little more I can tell you. My wife Evie will be here shortly, so I do hope I don't appear rude, but... No, not at all. Thank you again. But what will become of you now? Well, impersonating a police officer is a criminal offense, of course. I imagine that once I'm fully recovered, I shall be arrested. But the police officers won't tell you to impersonate him. I'm so sorry. Don't be, please. This is all my own doing. I always knew that this day would come. Well, I wish you well. Goodbye, Mr. Vigil. Before you go, there's just one thing. Oh, yes? What is it? The Asogi papers. I'd be very grateful if you make no mention of things I've told you about them. Presumably for some good reason. It's my understanding that their very existence is a closely guarded secret. If it became known that I remembered, well, it could be rather troublesome, I think.
He's gonna die!
I understand. Some sort of will that Genshin Asogi penned just before his death.
Who else would know about it? Why is that why Asogi was killed? Is that why Kazuma was fake killed on the boat? Because he could have gotten the will?
The man himself claimed it was his last weapon. I wonder, perhaps it had something to do with his plan to escape. If there's anyone who might know more about a document that Kazuma's father left behind, it could be Kazuma.
It'd be Mr. Vigil's governor.
That's not what I was thinking, but okay.
Then we know precisely where we must go. Barkley Prison.
Okay, I think this is a good spot to save it. This is 11:37, and I am starting to get tired and overheated. I'm literally sweating in here. It's probably because my computer's been on longer than it usually is. So I'm going to go ahead and save. Thanks for the head pad, I think I missed. I don't know who did it. Thanks for petting on the head, Jimmy. Thank you. But it is time for me to wrap it up because it's 11:38 p.m. and I'm exhausted. I am really exhausted. And I gotta wake up early in the walkthrough, don't I did save. Yes, I did. Okay. So, hopefully we can continue this again within a week or so. I'm hoping. I got it set up to come back into the rotation. Might take a little bit of time because I have some indie games I need to cover in between then. But for anyone who missed it, who's still around, here's the listing of everything I have planned at this point. Tomorrow, I'm going to be playing a Japanese game, La Corte de Oro, from Koei Tecmo. They'll all be in Japanese, playing from my PlayStation 2, and I'll be live translating it as I play it. So hopefully I won't screw it up too bad. Beyond after that, I'm going to be playing a little cute puzzle game called Einstein's Cats. Then we're going back to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Then back to more 8-year Yumiya. Then we're going to be doing a game where we get to play as a girl who runs a cute flower shop. Then I get to focus on finally playing Street Fighter 6 for the first time. So that's my game plan for the next 7 streams. Sorry. I'm a little hot right now. It's hot. But yeah, that's my plan. Did anyone have any questions, comments, or anything? I'm tired. Anything else? Anyone want to say anything before we end things here? Anyone? Anyone? Anything? Anyone? Anyone? Anything? 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 Anyone? No? Okay, well, I'll ask the same question I ask every night. Would you guys like me to raid, or should I just go ahead and end it? If you would like me to raid, I'll find someone we can raid on Twitch. I obviously can't raid anyone on Kick because I don't have enough people in the chat to raid with that, and I don't know how to raid on Twitch, so I can't do that either. If anyone is watching on Twitch, I don't know. But yes, would anyone want me to raid, or should I just go ahead and end it? I'm sleepy. I'm really sleepy. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. I'm surprised nobody used Fishy today. I had Fishy all ready to run and nobody used it. I feel so heartbroken. All that time to get Fishy working and nobody used Fishy, even once. And the thing is, I even got to work on Kick, which is, the fact I got anything to work on Kick is amazing here. First point Fishy. And hopefully it should work. Yeah. See? I was able to do that straight from Kick. So yeah. I can make Kick with my scripts. I'm happy. I also wanted to let you guys know of an upcoming stream that I'm going to be squeezing in, where I will be showing you guys a new video editing program that you could actually use. It's going to have lots of power to it, and you guys can use it at a really cheap price. And if you guys actually decide to go for it, I might get a commission out of it. So I look forward to showing you guys that. I want to use it to see if I can create some short form videos or make a long form video with it. So that's what I'll be doing. They said they will pay me money for that to do it, and I figure it's a good chance to try out a new service and see if it works. And see if it works better than the ones I already use. Because right now, I use Vegas 21, I think. Vegas 22. So it'll be a good chance for me to test out a new system, see if it works better, see if it's less memory intensive, and see if it processes things better. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay. Well, beyond that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up for tonight. I hope you guys all have a good night. Have a good night, everyone. Bye bye. I'm gonna stop streaming now. Countdown here. Okay, so first I will stop the broadcast to Bitchute and Trovo. You guys will be stopping first. Stopping. Okay. Next, I will be stopping the broadcast to Kick. So if you're on Kick, I'll hopefully see you guys later. If I even started Kick. Kick's not working? Kick is not going. Kick didn't start. Oh no. Broke Kick? Or it I don't know. Why do I get happen? I just want to stop. Okay, I'm stopping the stream now for